All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
All right, sorry about the technical difficulties. Welcome to the Raw Dog Monday show. I'm your host, Big Daddy C. We bring in raw takes, no safe words, and we're tapping out all the storylines, one bad decision at a time. So yeah, this week we had a nice little Monday Night Raw going into the pay-per-view we got coming up with Backlash, which is going to be in Tampa. We're about basically 5 days out from that. And so all of the storylines are basically shaping out. And so kicking off the show, we had a little slight interaction between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns as Roman Reigns was making his way to the ring, looking for Jacob, per se. He was basically going at Adam Pearce. It's like, where's Jacob, blah, blah, blah. And Adam Pearce is like, hey, look, man, he ain't here yet. So you're going to have to wait. And so in the midst of this happening, Roman turns to his left, and Seth Rollins is standing right there, and Rollins looks at him like, yeah, like you're in my way. And his music plays. Roman moves out of the way. Rollins makes his way to the ring. And while he's like walking down a ramp, he gets attacked by Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker pretty much, beats his ass, dropping him face first into the barricade, sent him shoulder first into the ring steps. Braun Breaker assaulted the security before being backed off. And then he went up the ramp, and then next thing you know, he wasn't finished. He ran back into the ring and speared the absolute fuck out of Seth Rollins. And so basically he stood over Rollins talking his trash. We know this rivalry between these two is just getting started, and I cannot wait to see what happens at Backlash between these two teams. Between these two guys. I'm thinking sports right now. I'm watching basketball. And so next up, we had our first match. We had Finn Balor versus JD McDonough. Prior to this match backstage, you had Liv Morgan basically going at Roxanne Perez about how Finn Balor got into the Judgment Day clubhouse last week, and asked her why she was talking to him. Roxanne basically told her, hey, nothing to worry about. You got, hey, I'm 100% in with the Judgment Day. And then, and so basically, Liv, Liv and was saying, I'm gonna be there for you, regarding the women's tag team championships with her and Raquel. And so, hey, just no more secrets. And so make our way back to the ring. Finn Balor was squaring off against JD McDonough for the second time in 3 weeks now. And so Finn Balor kicked off the match. He dominated early, but there was some interference from Dominic Mysterio, which helped JD McDonough. And then Roxanne Perez would eventually make her presence felt during as they went into the commercial break. Coming back off commercial break, Finn Balor will fight his way back into the match. He eventually even survived a ugly Spanish fly. And then he looked like he was getting ready to deliver the coup de grace, and until Dom popped up again and crossed him over the top rope. Jessica Carr will eventually kick Dom Mysterio out. but numbers proved to be too much for Finn, as Liv Morgan tossed Perez the timekeeper's hammer, and she utilized it on Finn Balor, which set up a headbutt and a win for JD McDonough. Look, man already looked like Laura Farquaad with that big ass dome, bro. To get headbutt by him, bro, it's that had to hurt. It had to hurt, bad. But yeah, so JD got his win over his former mentor, Finn Balor. So we'll see what happens going into Backlash. Let's see here. Next up, we have Penta and Javon Evans versus Ethan Page and Rusev. Backstage prior to the match, Paul Heyman informed the Vision that Austin Theory will be battling Joe Hendry later on at night. And so we know that these four men have been kind of vying for, mainly the three guys, Javon, Ethan Page, and Rusev, have been vying for an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship. And then Penta, he just been, he's welcoming all challengers. So yeah, this was a back and forth match. You saw Penta escape Ethan Page's twisted grin, only to deliver a pin driver, but failed to keep the former NXT champion down for the 3 ahead of the commercial break. We came back out from the commercial break. Penta created separation and was very close to a hot tag with Rusev. Basically pulled Evans off the apron with no partner to tag. Penta found himself on the receiving end of the beatdown at the hands of Rusev and Ethan Page. Penta finally was able to tag in Javon. And Javon, you know what he did? Hey, he do what he does, man. He high-flying maneuvers, just quick. He's just all in the air, man. It was he brought the heat, he brought the fight, man. And so the action was pretty much breaking down from there. And then Evans was teasing a huge leap of faith, only for Ethan Page to send him to the floor. He's basically do the leap of faith through the announce table. So yeah, he stopped that. Ethan Page put a stop to that. After that, Rusev would deliver a Uranagi on Penta onto the announce table. And then Ethan Page would finish the match off with a Fisherman Buster for the win. And so I think it was a solid win for the heels, especially with Ethan Page, just getting on the main roster on Monday Night Raw. So this was a big solid win for him. So we'll see what happens with these four guys in the IC title. I think we might have a fatal 4-way on our hands there. So we'll see what happens there. I need to go back and look at the card actually, let me do that now. Let's see. The card is for good old Backlash. Let's see. Yeah. What we got. Okay, not too many matches. All right. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the IC title picture going forward. Next up, we had Sol Ruca basically officially signing with Monday Night Raw. And so she joined Adam Pearce in the square circle to sign her main roster contract. Before she could even sign it, Becky Lynch came out there, the current women's Intercontinental Champion, basically spoiling the moment for Sol Ruca and confronting Adam Pearce. Sol Ruca cut off Becky Lynch, called her a big-headed bitch before signing her name on the dotted line. She threatened Becky, warning that if she ever interrupts her again, she would not only kick her ass, but snatch her soul. Becky Lynch tried to sneak attack on, but end up clocking Adam Pearce by accident. Then he ended up, and then she ended up catching the soul snatcher from Sol Ruca. So it's a nice little segment. Looks like Sol Ruca's, it looks like she about to get that little push already, man. She's big time, man. She did her thing on NXT, and it's good to see her on the main roster. I think she's in for a bright future, for the rest of this year. We'll see how far they push her. As long as I hope that they don't ruin her. get her lost in the shuffle. I just hope that doesn't happen. So next up, we had Joe Hendry versus Austin Theory. Of course, Joe Hendry is singing, Paul, can you fire Logan Paul? Love that song. So yeah, of course, Logan Paul came out there and was pissed off as usual, yelling and shit. But yeah, so Austin Theory, we had the match start off between him and Hendry, only for Logan Paul to interfere rather quickly, causing a disqualification. This cause. Told you not to sneak up on me, fam. Eat your food. Fuck you too there. Talking to my cat. But yeah, the Street Profits came out there to make the save and fought off the Vision, only for Braun Breaker to appear and take him out. Seth Rollins reappeared too. There was a moment during this where what is this dude's name? Fuck. It's a late night, y'all. I'm sorry. Dawkins was brawling outside with the Vision, and all of a sudden you had Montez get in the ring, do his little basically his little front flip joint outside the ring. And Rollins ended up ducking, and while he was turning his attention to the outside, he turns around, Braun Breaker spears him yet again. And that's how that segment ended there. And next up we had a Oba Femi Open Challenge. We know last week he announced that he was going to be having an open challenge on a weekly basis. This week looked like Akira Tozawa was going to be the man to step up, but it was actually ended up being Otis. It was exactly what you thought it was going to be. He suplexed the fuck out of he basically put Otis in the damn suplex maneuver, but he ended up just tossing his ass like it was a fucking rag doll, and then finished him off with the power bomb and the fall from grace, to be exact. And so you had Corey Graves basically saying on commentary, Oba Femi is becoming a phenomenon in his business. And so a good way to put over Oba Femi in this match. Post-match. Maxine Dupree did accompany Otis and Tozawa to the ring, but moments earlier she was caught in the background, backstage having a discussion with Austin Theory. There's been some discussions between these two. It wasn't the first time, so we'll see what's to it. It might be I don't know putting her in the Vision would be a good move, but we shall see. We shall see how that plays out. Next up, we had a trios tag team match. We had these fuckers, man. Los Americanos versus OGL Grande Americano and the Creed Bros, who showed up on AAA this past weekend to assist OGL Grande, aka Chad Gable. And so what it's it looks like Chad Gable is probably gonna lose his match. He's the one that's going to get unmasked, and then that ends his time as the OGL Grande Americano. He gets to go back to Chad Gable. So that's all I want. That's all I want. Or if both of them get unmasked, that would be great too. So yeah, ahead of this match, we had the ahead of their match on AAA Noches de los Grandes, we had the 6-man tag match, what they're calling it trios match now. So they're just doing so much, man. I'm like, just keep shit simple, man. Like 6-man tag match. It's not that fucking difficult. Just keep it the way it is. WWE, like, stop changing shit. Damn, like, you don't have to change it. It's 6-man tag match. No fucking trios. So yeah, this match was pretty solid. All 6 combatants shine late. They all each delivered their signature move. There was a moment where there was a big splash from Rayo to OG. but only kept him down for a 2 count. Moments later, he had OG lay out Rayo and scored the win for his team with a diving headbutt. Let's see here. Next up, we had the contract signing, which was essentially the main event segment. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. We know what's been happening between these two. Jacob Fatu last week basically crashed out on Roman, hit him with the Tongan death grip. Pretty much, put him down for the count. And Roman agreed to do the match at Backlash for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns basically sat at the head of the table, as he always does. Talking to Jacob Fatu ahead of that match on Sunday, he's basically taking exception to the disrespect that he, quote unquote, showed him, and then claimed to have brought the Samoan werewolf into the company by way of bringing in Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu reiterated that his motivation for targeting Reigns, which was basically saying, he said, look, man, like, the all gas, no brakes ain't about not slowing down. It's basically, me going forward and not going back to where I used to be, And so Roman had like a look of, all right, I understand that. But then Roman took things to another level, and basically was saying, I guess because Jacob brought up, something about, his household, basically trying to, upgrade his household and all this other shit. And Roman pretty much took exception to that and was going pretty much throwing out some more insults that caused Jacob Fatu to hit him with another Tongan death grip. Roman fought back a few times, but it didn't matter. Jacob, he kept locking in the Tongan death grip. And then eventually he tried to put Roman through the table, but the table didn't break. So, oh, man, the table did not break. And so Roman basically slid off the table. Jacob kind of just flipped the table over him. And they had to stop Jacob. They had to basically get Jacob out the ring after he signed the contract. And, for the second straight week, Jacob basically had Roman gasping for air and fighting for his life. And I'm like, that's 2 straight weeks now, man. I'm like, I don't think Jacob winning, bro. Like, I'm like, the rule. Whoever gets momentum going into the pay-per-view match, more often than not, they end up not winning. So I think, Jacob is going to take this L. It's probably going to cause him to crash out even more. This is going to be the first of several matches between these two. And I'm shocked that the Usos ain't got in this thing yet. But I feel like I think Jacob got some help coming along, and I think that's when we gonna get some Bloodline versus Bloodline activity yet again. And so we'll see what happens at Backlash. But I would not be surprised if we see some more Samoans show up, some new, young, fresh Samoans show up on behalf of Jacob Fatu. So we shall see what happens at Backlash. And that has been your recap for this show. Thanks for all who's tuning in, for who tuned in to this episode. We catch you on watch Backlash, of course, and AAA. We got tomorrow. We got Who's Next on NXT with Virgil. Wednesday we got Wednesday or Thursday. You got Coach with the AEW recap. Friday we got the Friday night lowdown with Teddy Long. And then we got our variety show on Sundays, Sunday Night Stunner. So stay tuned for all of that this week. Hope you all enjoy Backlash. Big Daddy C signing out. Peace.